Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Alpha Empire, it's your host Abby. Today we're going to be reacting to some clips about woke people getting humble. Now as always, grab your popcorn, get a drink, and settle into a cozy spot, cause this one's going to be a roller coaster. First of all, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, it really helps a lot. Now let's get to the clips.
Warning, what you're about to witness contains dangerously high levels of raw testosterone. Side effects may include confidence, dominance, and an unshakable alpha mindset. If you're not built for it, do not continue.
If you're homeless, just buy a house.
If you saved $1 a day for a year, do you know how much money you'd have? Roughly $30,000. If you go to a restaurant and you're like, oh, what am I gonna eat for dinner? Like, that's the wrong mindset. You should be thinking, how can I buy this restaurant?
In my day-to-day life, I don't need a man to fix my car. I'll just go to the mechanic.
Do you know what country the Great Wall of China is in?
Country?
Yeah. If you had to guess.
Japanese?
If NASA says it's too hot to go to the sun, then why don't we go at night when the sun turns off?
We have a question here from Stifler. Ask the ladies to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'd say I'm a 10.
10.
10. 10. 10.
It's very scary that this is America's youth today. These aren't paid actors, by the way. These are real people with these real thoughts. They genuinely think these things are true. At this point, I'd expect them to be flat earthers as well.
Well, first of all, it's not a baby, it's a fetus.
Well, what does fetus mean?
A fetus is in utero.
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the f? I'm sorry, is this
It means little human being.
Ooh, this smile is very creepy. Okay,
smiling is creepy?
No, your smile specific.
Got it.
But let's go back to, we're losing track here.
No, but is what species is the fetus?
The fetus is not a species yet. It's technically classified as a parasite until it is viable.
So,
now I want to talk to you about something very quickly.
I can't get past that. Are you saying a baby is a disease or a tumor?
A parasite is not a disease and a tumor. Those are not the same thing. A parasite is defined as something that cannot survive outside of its host. A baby, before it is viable, cannot survive outside of a woman's womb.
Got it. So let's extrapolate that.
It is not a living organism.
Now guys, as always, when they don't have an argument, they have to go to insults. When Charlie said that fetus means little human in Latin, her response was to insult his smile. It really is sad to see that being woke makes people feel justified in calling a baby a parasite. Is that not crazy?
What do you think's a bigger problem? Toxic masculinity or toxic femininity?
Masculinity.
What is toxic masculinity?
Are you a teenager?
No. I'm 24.
Too old.
Expired.
Fatality. Insulting random women on the street and calling them expired is petty and unnecessary. Let me know guys, do these street interview people take it too far sometimes? Or are they justified in when they make fun of these women?
Where is a systemic issue? Where is a law that's in the system? Where's a policy that's in the system of systemic racism in our country?
I don't want to talk anymore.
To her credit, at least she didn't start insulting the interviewer, because a lot of these wokies start doing exactly that.
Nobody needs you to advocate for how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was easy. These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me. At all.
Just don't refer
if
to
you
her.
miss
I'm good with that.
It's just, we shall no longer refer to you.
It seems we need to make a pact, guys. We're not going to refer to these wokies anymore. On this next clip, guys, we see Charlie Kirk dismantle the brainwashing of a woke student. You can see the amount of brainwashing done to the student that he can't even answer a simple question like, what is racism?
Let me ask you a very simple question. A term you keep on throwing around.
Got you.
What is racism?
What is racism? Ooh, that's a very complicated question.
But no, it's not.
I mean, there's a simple answer and then there's the highly theoretical answer.
Give me the
simple answer will essentially be because we have like different skin colors, that he's treated a different way than me. He has like a different upbringing than me.
No, but what is racism in practice?
It's discrimination.
Based on the color of the skin.
Based on the color of the skin, yeah.
Got it, thank you. So isn't it racist then to penalize white people to come into college or to get jobs based on the color of their skin?
Well, no.
Wouldn't that be racist? So you're arguing for a very racist policy, which is that we should actively discriminate against people based on the color of their skin, which is affirmative action in DEI in practice.
I just disagree with the premise that you can do like anti-white racism because
Wait, can you be racist against white people?
No, bro, I'm a cracker, bro. What the f? No, you can't be racist towards white. Bro, there's so many crackers here, bro. There's your clip, bro. There's your clip.
Yeah, I'm clipping that.
You guys see the contradiction here. First they say things like I don't need no man, and then they go ahead and make these kinds of TikToks. Now if she was pregnant or had some kind of injury, I would gladly give her my seat, but otherwise she is a strong, independent woman.
Now let's hear from this ma'am with this stirring story, which I'm sure is 100% true.
I was at work and a customer called me sir, and I said, sir, actually it's ma'am. And then everyone around started clapping, and the guy who said it actually got arrested.
And then he was sentenced to death, yeah.
Now I wonder why this sounds very similar to those outlandish Reddit stories that we always see. It makes you doubt if it's really true.
Did you just assume my gender? You said white man.
Okay, I see your point.
How do you know I'm not a woman?
I see your point. I see your point.
You need to check your white privilege, your white female privilege.
Guys, whenever you're debating one of these wokies, always use their own logic against them, because they will have no words to come back at you. Now guys, this next clip is absolutely wild. Here we're gonna see a woke Karen hit a woman and then start crying on the ground and rolling around, pretending to be the victim. Now luckily for this lady, she was able to record the whole thing and couldn't be framed. Quick question before I roll the clip. What would you guys do if a random woman hit you and then started rolling around on the ground pretending that you hit her first?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God! I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she. Did you see her? This is crazy. Oh. You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself. Look, get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady! Get away from me! You gonna get security! Get that fucker! Get that.
Do you think you're masculine?
Very well put. I think that I'm an aggressive alpha female, but I'm very feminine when it counts, and that means within my relationship. Like,
would you date a man who's feminine presenting in the workplace, but then in bed he's dominant? So if I was dating you and I'm always feminine and I'm wearing high heels and I'm outside in public being girly and stuff like that, and then I come home to you and then I'm masculine, would you still respect me?
No, but that
women always want it one way, but they don't want it the other. They don't recognize their own double standards, and they justify themselves by saying things like, oh, it's different for men.
Women often talk about hormones influencing their emotions and behavior. Why are there some women who shame men for being horny when testosterone is a male hormone?
These interview questions seem super sexist, and I'm not going to continue this.
Well, in other words, why are men expected to accept female hormones, but women won't accept male hormones?
Wow. That's a really good question. That makes me so ignorant, but I've definitely been like, wow, what a horny man. But I've been like, oh, my period, I'm so mean. Okay, wow. Okay. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm ignorant to that one.
We definitely need to be asking more of these questions that make these feminists actually think for once.
Nora Vincent has died by assisted suicide. She was a radical feminist who believed men lived on easy mode and tried to prove it by disguising herself as a man for 2 years.
Men are suffering. They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Not at all. No clue.
Ended up hating women because of how bad women would treat her. She couldn't understand why women had no sympathy, had no empathy towards her. She was a man with no status, and she couldn't understand why women didn't give a shit. And she ended up killing herself. Now, obviously,
it's a very sad story.
It is a sad story.
But it does paint a picture about the world that we already know and that we try to help.
It is a very sad story because she experienced what a man has to go through and she ended up killing herself. It's very tragic, but it paints an accurate picture of just how much difference there is between a woman's life and a man's life.
How much do you weigh, Ali? I'm just curious.
I'm not comfortable sharing.
I think he weighs more than all three of us combined.
She.
Wait, excuse me, ma'am, how much do you weigh?
You're mad. In my head, I'm the baddest bitch.
To be honest, I feel kind of bad for him. He was fed lies about him not being in the right body, and now he had to go through some surgeries, and now he's permanently damaged.
Can I get a video of you for a second saying that how you're excited to be
You want a video of me being excited that I'm on a bench? So? Okay. I'm so excited to play on the bench. I'm so excited. Yes, yes, yes.
You know what? You're officially canceled.
It's honestly astonishing how stupid some of these wokies can be.
What do you do for a living?
I don't work.
So what do you do during the day?
Nothing.
You don't want to work?
No.
So you're just living off of his child support?
I am. And we live with our mother.
And you're proud of that?
Well, we were living with him, and I was a stay-at-home mom. He made the income.
But you can work now, right?
I can, but...
No, but you can go get a job, right?
I could, but I'm not going to. My rent's free, my food is free. My mom's the homeowner. We don't have to pay nothing.
Who covers health insurance?
I do.
What I'm going to do is give you credit, actually. Bring your child support down.
Down?
Monthly, yes, slightly. It's still expensive. $1,093 a month.
That's it?
Well, it would be more if you get a job.
He would pay more if I got a job?
No, it would be more for the child if you got a job.
She's like a giant mosquito who sucks you dry of all your assets. She came to this trial to get more money out of that poor man, but luckily the judge was a good person and she made the child support less and forced the woman to get a job.
What is the most effective way that people can lose weight? In your experience as a doctor.
Right. One of the things...
Eat less food, do more exercise.
Maybe these wokies should try eating less and doing more exercise. It'll definitely do them some good.
I'm not into all the other bullshit. I think...
What other bullshit?
The they and them.
Yeah.
And all that extra shit that we added during the pandemic because everyone was so bored on their fucking houses. They just started to make up more shit and more shit.
More stuff.
Yeah. That's where the conservatives like me because I'm just real.
Yeah, you do have a conservative vibe to you.
You're not they and them. You're trans, you're male, or you're female.
And you're standing on that.
Get so mad when I say that. How are you a they? What the fuck does that mean? It's stupid is what it is.
Yeah.
But you need someone like me that looks like me to say it. Because if you say it, it turns into you're homophobic, you hate trans people, you hate gays. And it's just how you feel. You don't hate anyone. You just think it's stupid.
So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there. But I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable.
The school district says that's Kristen Pitson, who identifies herself as an 11th grade teacher at Back Bay High School here in Costa Mesa. She starts that TikTok video by saying that during the Pledge of Allegiance, she gives students the option to stand and say the words. She goes on to share that her class does not have an American flag and that she took it down during the pandemic because it made her uncomfortable. In this video, Pitson says a student asked why there was no flag recently. She says she tells the student she would try to find it, but then admits she's lying. Parents in the area say they are shocked by what the teacher says next.
In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
I'm surprised she's not fired yet. She's indoctrinating our children and forcing them into the rainbow community. Remember guys, there was a pride parade where they were yelling, "We want your children."
Oh, absolutely. And I do believe there is something to be said about this sort of, how do I put this? Willing ignorance, right? This sort of duality between that consciousness of being aware in such manner and yet readily marginalizing that intersectionality. It's very profound. These conversations are intrinsically multifaceted, right? There are different angles to be looking at this from, and it's crucial to juxtapose that contrast within those realms of varying perspectives. And it's sort of the case where, are we asking ourselves the right questions, or are we all just sort of victim to the cause itself? It's suffocating, to be quite frank. It's paralyzing. But having these conversations is extremely, extremely vital in fundamental change, and being able to sort of step back and look at this from a bird's eye view and not just a worm's eye view. And that, of course, begs the ever-aching question of whose bird is this, right?
They say a whole lot of words but have no substance in their words.
So why are we out here today?
To support the children. Sure. I'm a teacher.
And how specifically?
Talk to you for a sec? Sure.
Oh God, here we go. Okay, so they're gonna basically assume my motives and go up to everybody I interview and do this whole thing again. You guys have seen it time and time again.
So really, are you gonna manipulate what
what I said?
Absolutely not. I never take anybody out of context. You can watch all of my videos. I oftentimes include
card or something?
card, no, but I can give you my YouTube channel if you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nuance Bro. So just
Nuance Bro?
Nuance and then just Bro at the end.
Okay.
But yeah.
Stop the trolling, dude.
I'm giving them my credentials. They can look on my YouTube channel.
That's exactly the problem.
What do you mean that's the problem? What? That's ridiculous.
Said that today we're not going to give you interviews, and we want you to resign.
But why?
It's a personal.
Is it because the color of my skin?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So then, what's the reason? Give me the actual reason.
It's my choice.
Based
not
on
to
what? How come you're giving other
interview
people
you.
interviews?
It's my personal choice.
What's the actual reason?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What happened to have a conversation? I thought that's what we need to have a conversation as a country.
Okay, I'm totally good with it.
I know. I appreciate it.
Change anything
I would never do
said.
that. I would never do that. Plus, it's being live streamed too as well, so people can see if I took anything out of context as well. You can take a picture if you'd like.
I just want to know because
The reason these wokies are so bad at debating is because they never actually critically think. They just repeat the same nonsense over and over. Guys, this next clip is a prime example of the woke mind virus. Western women have been heavily brainwashed. All the men in the clip are saying they need women, that women are valuable, but all these women are saying they don't need a man, that only 10% of men are good. These women have grown such a pessimistic view of men.
Do men need women?
Yes.
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 Do women need men?
No, absolutely not.
What would society be like without men?
I think the great men stay, the trash men go. Where's the trash man? Take them out.
What percentage of men are good and what percentage are trash?
10% are good. Yeah. 90
Yeah.
are trash. Yeah.
What would society be like without women?
Absolutely terrible.
What do you think feminism has done to modern day women?
I think modern day feminism is just an absolute disgrace. I think it's become a political weapon to push the narrative that women are inferior to men and women are not valued in society and women need to fight and be almost super aggressive towards men is completely wrong because women are probably one of the most valuable things in society.
And feminism tells women that men don't believe they're valuable.
Feminism tells women that men don't value them as a whole, but I think feminism makes women feel like they're not valuable to themselves, and I think that's the worst message that you could instill in the younger generation.
if companies can pay women less, why don't they hire all women?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Really?
I understand your argument, and I understand that you're angry.
I'm not angry.
I can hear it in your voice. Listen
I'm not
to
angry.
your voice.
I'm hearing my
Now
voice and I sound pretty calm.
You have now shifted the quality of your voice, and I thank you for that.
Okay.
And you've just given me a condescending look, and that's another reason why we need feminism. And now I'm done, and thank you so much.
As always, they have to resort to gaslighting us when they can't argue against us.
I don't know. Tomahawks? I don't know. Is that right? What that is? Okay. So got to what? 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 So got to no no. So got to what? So got to what? So got so got to what? So got to what? Woo! So and eventually, I get to go home, and I get all of my feathers.
I'm sorry, but is she really fit to be teaching her kids? She's out here dancing and wearing a rooster costume. Frankly, she's more fit to be in the mental hospital.
Would you be okay with a mother taking drugs and drinking alcohol while pregnant?
Of course not, but that's not the point.
Not her body, not her choice, I guess.
Look, I've got a question for you.
You are contradicting yourself by saying she can't drink alcohol and take drugs. Why not?
Because it's medically proven that it can affect the baby.
What does abortion do? Kill the baby.
Imagine being trans and trying to go get your medication.
I can't imagine.
And I literally walk up there, the lady on the phone is like, oh, can I have your last name? And so I give it to her. She's like, oh, okay, I'll meet you out there and I'll give you your prescription, right? So I'm waiting and she comes out and then she says, oh, is this for? And then she says my dead name. No! And I'm like, my name is Rylan.
Sir, I've made a terrible mistake.
And she just looks at me. And then she puts the medication on the table and shuts the door and locks it behind her.
This conversation is over.
Guys, do you even understand what she's saying? I just heard a whole bunch of gibberish.
Elon Musk's trans daughter is absolutely eating him up on Threads right now. He just did an interview with Jordan Peterson where he dead named her, used the wrong gender for her, and said she was dead. Said that the woke mind virus killed her. She's 20 years old and very much alive. He also said he was tricked into giving her gender affirming care and that now his goal is to end the woke mind virus because she was killed by the woke mind virus. So she went to Threads, came out swinging, basically saying, you don't know shit about me, you have never been in my life, and I don't want to be associated with you in any way. And then she did a public interview with NBC where she said that Elon was an absent father and that he harassed her all the time and that he would pressure her to deepen her voice as young as elementary school and that he would also pressure her to act less femininely and things of that nature. I'm just so sick of these men acting like their kid being trans is the reason they have no relationship with them instead of like the fact that you're an asshole. It's the fact that you're an asshole. Like Elon has said that cis and cisgender would be considered slurs on Twitter. He said that he's gonna pull out of business in California because he doesn't agree with the ways that they're trying to protect trans youth. Like they are making their lack of relationship with their kids due to their own shitty behaviors everyone else's fucking problem. And I'm so sick of it. He pledged to donate $45 million a month to Donald Trump's super PAC. Then he like weirdly walked it back, but he still endorsed Donald Trump and is saying that that is why, because he's trying to kill the woke mind virus. Don't ruin everyone's lives because you're a shitty father.
I can't even imagine the pain a father would feel when this happens to his son. They lose their child even though their child is alive. Now finally guys, we're at the last clip. This is my absolute favorite. Let's see a woke mob go crazy.
This guy right here! This guy right here! Joey!
I'm sorry. Well, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. We stay back, fall back, fall back. We will fall back, fall back.
That's it for today guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and click on the video on the screen right now if you want to watch another one. See you next time on Alpha Empire.